The Battle of Karbala was a significant event in Islamic history, marking a pivotal moment that would shape the future of the Muslim world. It took place in the year 680 CE, a time of great turmoil and division within the Islamic community. The location was Karbala, in present-day Iraq, a place that has since become a symbol of resistance and martyrdom. On one side was Imam Hussein, the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad, a man revered for his piety and commitment to justice. On the other side was a much larger army of the Umayyad Caliph Yazid I, who sought to consolidate his power through force and intimidation. The battle was the result of a power struggle within Islam, a struggle that had deep roots in the early days of the Muslim community. Yazid I had become caliph through questionable means, his ascent to power marred by controversy and opposition. Many Muslims, including Imam Hussein, saw him as illegitimate, believing that his rule was a betrayal of the principles of Islam. Hussein refused to pledge allegiance to Yazid, standing firm in his conviction that true leadership could not be based on coercion and corruption. He believed it was his duty to oppose tyranny, to stand up for what was right, even if it meant facing insurmountable odds. Hussein, with his family and a small band of followers, set out for Kufa, a city where they hoped to find support and refuge. They hoped to gain support there, believing that the people of Kufa would rise up against Yazid's tyranny. However, Yazid's forces intercepted them before they reached their destination, cutting off their path and forcing a confrontation on the plains of Karbala. This interception set the stage for a battle that would be remembered for its profound impact on Islamic history and its enduring legacy of sacrifice and resistance. Hussein and his companions found themselves surrounded by a vast enemy army. The enemy forces were numerous, their weapons gleaming under the harsh sun and their intentions clear. They sought to crush the spirit of Hussein and his followers, to silence their voices and extinguish their beliefs. Despite being heavily outnumbered, they chose to fight for their beliefs. Their resolve was unshakable, their faith unwavering. Each warrior knew the odds were against them, yet they stood firm, driven by a cause greater than themselves. They were not just fighting a battle, they were defending their principles, their faith and their honor. The Battle of Karbala lasted for 10 days. Each day brought new challenges, new sacrifices and new acts of heroism. The battlefield was a testament to their endurance and their unyielding spirit. The scorching heat, the lack of water, and the relentless attacks from the enemy could not break their will. During the battle, Hussein and his companions showed immense courage and faith. Their bravery was not just in their fighting skills, but in their steadfastness, their refusal to surrender, and their commitment to their cause. They inspired each other, drawing strength from their shared beliefs and their leaders' unwavering resolve. They fought bravely against overwhelming odds. Each clash of swords, each cry of defiance echoed their determination. They knew that their stand was not just for themselves, but for future generations, for the preservation of their faith and values. One by one, they fell in battle until only Hussein remained. Each loss was a heavy blow, but it did not deter Hussein. He stood alone, a symbol of resilience and sacrifice, facing the enemy with the same courage and faith that had driven him from the beginning. On the 10th day of Muharram, the month in which the battle took place, Imam Hussein was martyred. His death was not just a loss, but a powerful statement of defiance and faith. It marked the culmination of his struggle and the ultimate sacrifice for his beliefs. He was brutally killed along with his male family members, including his 6-month-old son, Ali al-Asghar. Their deaths were a tragic reminder of the cost of standing up for one's beliefs, but also a powerful testament to their unwavering faith and commitment.
Even in the face of death, Hussein's spirit remained unbroken. His wounds were many, his body weakened, but his resolve was as strong as ever. He stood as a beacon of hope and defiance, a symbol of the enduring power of faith and conviction. We stand for justice and truth. Hussein's legacy is a call to all who believe in these principles, a reminder that the fight for what is right is never in vain. His sacrifice has inspired countless generations to uphold these values, to stand firm in the face of oppression. Our sacrifice will not be in vain. The story of Imam Hussein and his loyal followers is a testament to the enduring power of faith, courage, and the unyielding pursuit of justice. Their legacy lives on, inspiring us to continue their fight, to honor their memory, and to uphold the values they died for.
The Battle of Karbala is a pivotal event in Islamic history. It took place on the 10th of Muharram in the year 680 AD, in the desert plains of Karbala, present-day Iraq. This battle was fought between the forces of Yazid I, the Umayyad Caliph, and a small group of supporters and family members of Hussein ibn Ali, the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad. The outcome of this battle led to the division between Sunni and Shia Muslims. The conflict was not just a political struggle, but also a deep-seated ideological and theological rift that has persisted for centuries. The Shia view Hussein's martyrdom as a symbol of resistance against oppression. For them, Hussein's stand at Karbala represents the ultimate sacrifice for justice and truth, a narrative that has been passed down through generations and is commemorated annually during the month of Muharram.
Shia Muslims believe that leadership of the Muslim community should have passed to Hussein after the death of his father, Ali, who was the Prophet Muhammad's cousin and son-in-law. Ali was the first Imam in Shia Islam, and his descendants, including Hussein, are considered the rightful leaders or Imams. They consider Hussein and his descendants to be the rightful successors of the Prophet. This belief is central to Shia identity and has profound implications for their religious practices and community structure.
The events at Karbala solidified this divide. The martyrdom of Hussein is seen as a defining moment that crystallized the differences between the two sects, leading to distinct religious practices, rituals, and interpretations of Islamic teachings. They continue to shape the religious and political landscape of the Muslim world today. The legacy of Karbala influences contemporary issues, from political movements to social justice causes, and remains a powerful symbol in the collective memory of Muslims around the world.
The Battle of Karbala is commemorated annually by Muslims around the world. The first 10 days of the Islamic month of Muharram are particularly significant for Shia Muslims. The 10th day of Muharram, known as Ashura, marks the day of Imam Hussein's martyrdom. Shia Muslims observe this day with mourning and religious rituals.
We participate in processions, passion plays, and public lamentations to remember the sacrifice of Hussein and his companions. Ashura is a time for reflection, self-examination, and reaffirming one's commitment to justice and standing against oppression.
Section 5. The Tragedy's Enduring Legacy. The Battle of Karbala was a tragedy that had a profound impact on Islamic history.
It led to the emergence of the Shia branch of Islam. It also inspired countless acts of resistance against tyranny throughout history.
The story of Hussein's sacrifice continues to resonate with people around the world. It is a story of courage, faith, and the struggle against injustice. The events at Karbala serve as a reminder of the importance of standing up for what is right, even in the face of overwhelming odds. Section 6, The Message of Karbala, Resistance Against Tyranny. The Battle of Karbala carries a universal message of resistance against tyranny and oppression.
Hussein's stand against Yazid's unjust rule transcends religious and cultural boundaries. It inspires individuals and communities to fight for justice and equality.
The story of Karbala teaches that standing up for what is right is a moral imperative, even if it comes at a great personal cost. Section 7. Karbala's influence on art, literature, and culture. The events of Karbala have had a profound influence on art, literature, and culture in the Muslim world, particularly within Shia communities. The story of Hussein's martyrdom has been told and retold through poetry, music, and visual arts. These artistic expressions serve as powerful reminders of the sacrifices made at Karbala and the values they represent. They keep the memory of Karbala alive and inspire future generations to uphold the principles of justice and resistance. Section 8. Karbala Beyond the Shia Community. While the Battle of Karbala holds particular significance for Shia Muslims, its message resonates beyond sectarian boundaries. People of all faiths and backgrounds can find inspiration in the story of Hussein's stand against oppression.
The principles of justice, courage, and sacrifice embodied by Hussein and his companions are universal values that transcend religious and cultural differences.
Section 9. The universality of Karbala's message. The Battle of Karbala was not just a battle for political power, it was a battle for the soul of Islam. Hussein's stand against Yazid was a stand against corruption, injustice, and the abuse of power.
His message of resistance continues to resonate today, reminding us that we all have a responsibility to stand up for what is right, even in the face of adversity.
Section 10. Conclusion. Karbala's significance in Islamic history. The Battle of Karbala was a turning point in Islamic history. It led to the Shia-Sunni divide. It also highlighted the importance of standing up for justice and truth. The event continues to shape the religious and political landscape of the Muslim world today. The story of Karbala is a reminder that even in the face of great adversity, faith, courage, and sacrifice can inspire generations to come. It is a story that continues to hold relevance in the 21st century. If you found this video insightful, please subscribe to our channel and like this video for more content on Islamic history.